What is up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. I'm excited to have you here, so I hope that you are excited to be here. We have a great training tonight. Everybody is piling into the webinar right now, so we're just going to give them a couple of seconds, a couple minutes. I'll get my camera on. I don't like to turn camera on until everybody gets in because it kind of can sometimes make GoToWebinar software lag a little bit. Been having a fantastic week. I hope that so far you all have had a great week. There are some really big things coming down the pipeline, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Now, while everybody's entering the room, let's just go over, good old housekeeping and welcome and all that good stuff. We have an immense amount of new members joining the Profit Power Hour every week, building their e-commerce stores, launching their dropship stores and brands. And this is a place where you can come every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for a brand spanking new, completely free training. There's no sales pitch. There's no hidden agenda. I've been doing these webinars since 2014, and they're just free. And I believe that these trainings that I do are a massive contributor to the success stories that I have. Getting on these webinars every week keeps you motivated, can inspire you, it can lift you back up if you've kind of fallen on your butt a little bit, and it always gives you insight to what's ahead of the curve and what's working right now. So just make sure that you make it a part of your routine and a habit to get on every week. Can't miss it, okay? What we're looking at right now is our welcome screen. So you can see our recommended vendors here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera on, see if we can get all that synced up now that, the amount of people coming in the room slowed down. Okay, so what's up, everyone? Okay, so our recommended vendors, all right? Pillow Profits, Shine On, Zendrop, and CJ Drop Shipping. They're all great. They all have pros and cons, right? So I recommend that you use all of them. And these are all my special links that you want to make sure that you go through, because you get goodies and you get tagged as a Profit Power Hour Adrian Morrison student, which is in your best interest. So these are my partner links. I would make sure you go through those, like amsecretlink.com/profits, profitpage.com/shine. For example, last month, we had Shine On come on. I think we had their CEO come on and give away completely free done for you items for Shine On. So that was really, really awesome. So you want to make sure that you're signed up through those links. Okay. If you are new to this webinar series, all right, these are every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes, but we do edit each one every week, and we'll remove some stuff that we don't want the world to see. These are private webinars, so it's best to be on here live. But in the event that you want to go back and rewatch anything, you can log into your Access Adrian account, go to your Profit Power Hour tab under My Courses and Software. That'll open up a completely free members area for you. And all you have to do is click on our webinar replay section. Once you do that, you click on this year's replays. That's important. And voila, there you go. You have all of the training that we have been doing. So you can go back and watch it, fast forward it, rewind it, speed it up, get to a specific section that you needed more help on, so on and so forth. So if you haven't been on here the last couple of weeks, my recommendation to you is that you go back and you take some time this week and you watch our previous TikTok webinars, okay? Because we've been learning a lot about marketing on TikTok. TikTok is a great place for you to get traffic. And I believe next week I have locked down this TikTok master to come on our webinar and just do a completely free TikTok training. There's nothing for sale. There's no hidden agenda. There's no hook. There's no catch. There's no bait. There's no switch. Just a brilliant mind that is really good at TikTok ads, way better than I am. And I've got him to agree to come on and do a 1 hour free training on launching a TikTok ad. So that'll be really fun. So in the meantime, you'll want to catch up on these webinars where we go over setting up your TikTok account. We go over setting up your TikTok pixel on your Shopify store. And then last week, I spoke to you and taught you, I spoke to you about and taught you a little bit about that TikTok pixel. We installing it is super easy. Shopify has an app that does it for you. Um, and then we went over kind of like, hey, what is the importance of having a pixel, a tracking piece of tracking code for TikTok on your e-commerce store? And it's because, well, whenever you set an ad live on TikTok, you're going to send traffic to your store. This is your store right here. Let's say you get 100 visitors. And of those visitors, maybe 30 of them will add the product to the shopping cart. Of those 30, 15 people will put in their payment information. This is all just made up numbers. And then let's say you get 5 buyers. So the pixel is constantly tracking your two things. It's tracking what your drop off is. So your ads are intelligent. They learn who to avoid, who not to waste your time and money showing your ad to. And they learn who is adding the products to the shopping cart, who is adding their credit card information in, who is buying your product. So it's learning two things, right? It's learning who not to show your ads to, and it's learning who to show your ads to. And so as your ads run, right? As your ads run, your ads get more intelligent. They kind of learn more and more and more who to avoid and who to target. So as we kind of like talked about that last week, you can go back and watch that webinar. It was more of a technical, tactical webinar. And then at the end, we looked and spied on some hot products. Uh, Tonight, what we're going to do is we are going to take this session and I'm going to be revealing a winning niche that I see crushing it on TikTok. Now, I see this through my own research, okay? And I also have a little bit of personal experience with this lately as well. So it clicked with me and it just makes sense, okay? So jump in our Facebook group. We have two Facebook groups now. We have one specifically for this webinar, which is facebook.com/group/profitph. We got about 20,000 people in there. And then we also have our Ecom Mastery with Adrian Facebook group, which now has roughly 12,000 or so members in it. So jump in the group and tell everybody to hop on the webinar. So we got our Profit Power Hour Facebook group with 19,000 plus members. And we got our Ecom Mastery group. These are two different types of people. Most of the people in our Profit Power Hour group are veterans. Most of the people in this group are beginners. They're both free groups. You can join both groups, no problem at all. So that being said, tell everybody to hop on the webinar because I am going to be revealing a winning niche on TikTok that is a evergreen niche. What evergreen means is it is continuous, it doesn't fade, it doesn't die. It is something that you can rest assured is always going to be popular. All right, I can't fathom, or even think or imagine a time where this will not be a very important, popular, hot, uh, I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely a multi-billion number niche that you can tap into. And as I've always said, it's not about getting the whole pie, right? Everybody always says, well, Adrian, there's already going to be, tons of other people doing this. So, I mean, why should I do it? Well, because not everybody in the world can have 100% of the market share, right? That's why I always tap into these massive niches because there is a ton of market share. that is available for all of us. And I understand I don't have to have the whole pie. I don't have to have a piece of the pie. All I have to do is lick the knife to be satisfied. Just get a taste, because a taste of an industry this big is a lot of potential, right? So when we're marketing on my e-commerce stores and when I'm teaching others to market on their store, um, typically I don't go after micro trends that are here today, gone next week, right? I don't go after selling the things that are popular for a week or two or a month and then fade, because I don't like the idea of putting a lot of time and effort into building a business that is inevitably going to crash. It is exhausting. And as an entrepreneur, you want your best to avoid burnout. And burnout happens when you have a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and a lot of highs and then more lows. That could burn you out. Now, if you're just constantly on a high, yeah, you could still get burnt out, but it's different. The stress isn't there because you're winning, right? So I always like for your store to go after niches that are evergreen, that I feel like can sustain yearly and generate sales daily without a lot of fluctuation. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what I mean by fluctuation here pretty soon. All right. And this way you can get a stable, right? A stable niche generating sales for you. And then you can play around and you can go after the trends and the cash grabs and all that. Like those are all great once you actually have a sustainable business in place. And I've seen in our group over the last week, tons of people getting their first sale, their second sale, hitting their first $100 in sales and beyond. And I want to congratulate you all. And I want to also encourage you all to share in the Facebook group screenshots when you generate your first sales with the hashtag first sale. I would like to congratulate you, and so many other people in our group would love to congratulate you, motivate you, and push you toward that second sale, third sale, fourth sale, fifth sale, and beyond. Now, let's talk about what this hot niche is that was unsuspecting for me, but I found is doing really well on TikTok. Okay. And this niche, like when you think of TikTok, you think of, and this also work on Facebook too. When you think of TikTok, I mean, generally you think of people dancing because it started out as a dancing app, a voiceover app with music. Um, I was on TikTok before it was TikTok. It was called like Musically, because I'm always just like I'm always looking ahead of the curve, right? And it was called Musically before, and it wasn't so big, and then it got bought out, and it became TikTok. So, and now it's people are getting famous for doing 15-second dances on a social media app. It's wild, and power to them. There's nothing wrong with dancing on an app and making a boatload of money. But TikTok expanded, and now there's all sorts of information on TikTok. There's life hacks on TikTok, health tips on TikTok, just any niche you think of it. There are accounts on TikTok that are talking about it. And so one of the things that I personally, I'm just trying to get down to, there's 152 pages of notes that we've taken in the past year. Isn't that crazy? Um, so one TikTok niche that will always crush. Okay. So one niche that I discovered that will always crush is what I'm going to reveal tonight. I'm just kind of being, I like for, if I'm going to type on this, I like for it to look nice. So just bear with me. Okay. So one TikTok niche that will always crush. Get this here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So something that we're looking for is evergreen. All right, we're looking for an evergreen niche. Evergreen means that it will always have a customer base, right? It'll always have a customer base. And evergreen also equals huge market to advertise to. And evergreen also can mean customer, or we should say new customer regeneration daily. Okay. The other great thing about this is we are also looking for what is called big spenders. All right. And we're looking for passion spenders. All right. We are looking for impulse spending. All right. So we're looking for spenders that spend out of passion, spenders that spend big, and we're looking for impulse spenders, or I would say really just, impulse buyers. All right. So a couple of things that we want to notate about this is that this market, these customers will be big spenders. They're because they're very passionate about what they're buying, and they will impulsively purchase stuff no matter what. So I think some of the key things here is for you to remember is that it's big, all right, that people are going to be ultra, passionate about it. And they will also just off the cuff impulsively purchase. They're not really going to think too hard about something. They're just going to buy it. And the reason that you get these impulse purchasers is because they are so passionate. When you're passionate about something, it doesn't take a lot of um, selling. As a matter of fact, it doesn't take any selling at all. And just remember this, there's a big difference between what I teach and selling. All right. Selling is awful. I hate selling. Like when you sell something, you have to convince people that they want it and need it, right? When you are a marketer, you're just serving what people already desire, right, in front of their face. And that is why, they make those impulse purchases because they're already passionate about what it is that you're serving to them. And if it's the right niche, it'll create a big spender. All right. We spend big on things that we are passionate about. Okay. So we spend big on things that we are passionate about. All right. So what is this niche, Adrian? Just tell us already, for goodness sakes. Okay. Let me tell you. All right. And this niche is going to be, right, like I said, I have a little bit of experience in this now. All right. New parents slash baby slash mommy. All right. So, and dads too. All right. So, mommy, daddy, baby, new parents. All right. So, a little bit about like, obviously, I don't need to explain a lot about why this is such a big niche, right? We all know that this niche is huge. And it's huge because um, every day people have children, right? I told my wife, like, man, I mean, we've been together for forever. And people are like, why don't y'all have kids yet? It's just so weird that y'all don't have kids yet. And I was like, I'm never having kids. I'm busy. I like my life. I'm running a big company. I like to travel. It's just like one day, yeah, maybe, but like it seems like where I'm at now, never. And I sit here before you all tonight as a new dad. My son Drake is just over 4 months old, and it's awesome. And I I wake up all night long, and throughout the day, I'm like, one's enough. One's enough. I'm not having another one. One is enough. This is a lot of work. It's a lot of worry. Um, and then like 5 seconds later, he'll like smile at me or something, and I'm like, oh, all right, we need a little girl too. Let's have it. When are we gonna do the second one? Let's plan this one out. So it's like converted like that. So not only do people have one kid, but a lot of people have two kids or three kids, and they become long-term repeat customers for years and years and years. I met somebody yesterday that said that they had 8 kids, 8 children. My limit's going to be two, for real. Like my limit's two, but different strokes for different folks, right? But we know that this is evergreen. We know that it gets customer regeneration. We know that people are going to spend big on their kids. We know that they're passionate about this. So they're not just going to spend big and impulsively, but they're going to purchase the best of the best. Like you want your kid to have the safest products, right? It's all about safety. It's all about keeping them alive. I never really thought about that, but like parenting is like the bulk of parenting is how do you keep this person alive, right? How do you keep this baby alive? How do you keep this toddler alive? How do you keep this teenager alive? How do you keep this young adult alive? And and so when safety, just like the pet niche, comes into things, and love and passion, people spend big and they buy stuff for premiums. Now, I want to show you something real quick. All right, so just doing some Google trend searches. Okay, I'm going to share some hot products with you that aren't based off of my experience. Okay, these line up with experiences I've recently had, but this is not opinion, it is fact. All right. And anything and everything I tell you all and teach you all is always based off of data because my opinion means diddly squat. Even with all the experience I have, opinions mean nothing. Data is everything. So I always like to use Google Trends. Okay. So talking about keeping a human alive as a new parent. One of the things that all new parents have is a baby monitor. And by the way, before we even get into this, I just want to show you one account on TikTok I pulled up really, really quickly. This account literally is just called Moms. They have over 509,000 likes, 8.6 mil, I mean, 509,000 followers, 8.6 million likes, and all they do is just post content about parenting and being a mom. Now this is just one account. There are actual influencers on here on TikTok that are just moms, and they post content in their journey with their babies, and they post parenting tips, and people like me that are that have no freaking clue what they're doing, we're watching this stuff, right? We're consuming this content, and we find really cool things. We're like, oh man, that makes total sense. I didn't know that existed. That would be very helpful. Oh, that's scary. I didn't know that can happen. I need to buy this thing so we can avoid that. Like, um, so we buy this type of stuff, right? And if you go on TikTok and start just kind of searching the hashtag like mom, new mom, parent tips, mom tips, baby tips, you can search all of this stuff just by coming up here to search accounts at the top on your phone or your desktop, and you'll run into some huge accounts. And parents are on TikTok, and they're looking at what kids are looking at, but they're also just trying to have fun or trying to find information. Like TikTok is now like really a search engine for information in many cases. So that being said, let's look at Google Trends real quick. Baby monitors, okay? There's a gazillion different types of baby monitors, right? But if we look at interest just over the past 5 years, it has never dipped below the 50 range. It is majority of the time above the 75 range. Now, there's obviously times of the year where people are having a lot more babies or something, as you see these huge spikes. I'm not quite sure, but um, this is what we're looking for. I've always taught you with Google Trends, we're looking for products that are always over that 50 mark. That means they have a lot of interest. And this is over the last 5 years. When you have a baby, and many of you are parents, you don't just want one baby monitor, you want a couple. right? So this is a great product because you might have a baby monitor in your bedroom, you might have a baby monitor in the kitchen, you might have a baby monitor in your office. And baby monitors are really cool now. They're not just um, noise like walkie-talkie things. They have cameras and stuff. So we spent an immense amount of money buying multiple different types of baby monitors and cameras because we wanted to figure out which one was the best and the most reliable. Because again, if something's happening to your kid, like you want to know you have the most reliable source to hear that. So baby monitors are a huge, it's like the first thing that comes to mind when you have a kid, aside from diapers, is baby monitor. Okay. So we're going over products. All right. Pay attention. All right. Um, the next thing is going to be baby swings. Now, baby swings are always over the 50 mark, and it looks like one year in 2020, it just boomed. But baby swings. So we've gone through, wow, a lot of these. Like, I got to tell you, like, I've bought many of these. I put many of these together. Some of them sucked. Some of them were great. Some of them were great, but Drake didn't like them. So I was trying to buy ones that had the motions and everything that Drake liked, and we finally found one. So again, we're not, people think about this. Customers are not just buying one swing; they're buying multiple swings, right? To try to figure out what's the best. So they're spending a lot of money, hundreds of dollars on these baby swings, and there's always interest in these. The other thing is baby carriers. Now, this is at a consistent 75% or 75 plus in interest over time, which is pretty incredible. And if you think about it, uh, the reason that this is probably, and this is just a guess, the reason this is probably at 75 and the baby swing isn't is because this is uh, a dual like product. Because a baby carrier is going to be for the parents just as much as it is for the child. You want it to be comfortable for the child, but you also want to be comfortable while you're lugging this thing around all day. Does it have the pockets on it that you needed? Is the handle um, comfortable for you to have like hanging on your arm? Is it heavy? Is it lightweight? Is it durable? These are all factors that play into this. And so people, again, they're going to try multiple baby carriers, but there's a lot of interest in this. So these are three products. Now, there's a reason I've got three products pulled up, but if you want to go ahead and also tap into the market and hit expecting parents, because you buy some of this stuff before you have your baby, and some of this you're hoping people buy for you as gifts and stuff like that. But one thing is for certain: when you got a baby in the belly, you want to make sure that heart's beating. And so this is not a product that has consistent 50 plus. It has all sorts of spikes. And it's probably just because there are various search terms that you could use for this, and I haven't found like the top search term. Just playing around, I've always called it a heartbeat Doppler, but I'm sure that there's a generic term that would produce a result here that is over, consistently over 50. But this is a device that you can put on your stomach, and you can find the baby's heartbeat. And I know that when Casey was pregnant, she always, like, I would like, walk into the room or the living room or something, and she is like, we get back home from the pool or something at our place in Florida. First thing she would do is like put that thing on her stomach and just wanted to hear it, the heartbeat, wanted to make sure everything is okay, because you fear that something. You get comfort out of knowing that it's the heartbeat is there. So there are these at home heartbeat Dopplers that you can purchase. So this is a really great product to get parents in, expecting parents in on your email list, and then you could start marketing these things too. So if we just come over here to just I'm just on AliExpress, but remember, you got Zendrop, you got CJ drop shipping. I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna come in here and let's type in baby monitor. Okay. So as you can see, there are a lot of baby monitors here, right? This one for $18, $34, $36, 54. What I would do here is I would do this by orders, because when I do it by orders on AliExpress, it's going to kind of show me which one is the most popular. So like these have over 5,000 plus units sold. Um, and again, you don't just want to have one of these for sale on your Shopify store. You might want to have two or three. You don't want to do more than two or three, because then it gives people information overload and decision paralysis. They're like, oh my God, which one of these is better? But what you'll find is that some people will just buy all three, and you want some for budget, per people's budget. People that have more money, that are more, stable in income, they're going to say, babe, let's get the most freaking expensive baby monitor that we can get, because this is important. And then people that are on a budget, they're going to want one of the cheaper ones, because that's all that's in their budget. So remember, you want something that is budget friendly, but then you want that premium device. All right, that that some people they're going to spring and spend triple the amount of money, because a lot of people associate cost with quality. And you can see here, you can get some of these for 16 bucks and some of these for $57. And baby monitors, they might be $100, $150. A great way to really tell is to come over to Amazon. And we always kind of look at stuff on Amazon, and you see some selling for 70 bucks, $79. And again, here's one that's at $103, and here's one $159. So you'll see that, again, on Amazon, you're going to find all sorts of price ranges. I don't know what the heck that is, but some of these baby monitors are upwards of $500. Like, I bought one of the ones that's 500-600 bucks for Drake, because I wanted to make sure that like we had the best, and I didn't just buy one of them, right? So again, a budget friendly, and then a premium, and maybe a mid-level price. So people, and also some people compromise, like, we want to splurge on this because it's important. So maybe we don't get the best one, but we get the mid-level one because we know it's better, right? So having three of these, I think, is going to be key. And we know that there is a lot of search volume for this, a lot of search volume for this. Okay. The next one is the baby swing. All right. So if we come back over here, baby swings, there's about a gazillion of them. All right. We're going to do this by orders. And when we do this by orders, it's going to show us the most popular baby swings. Now, obviously, this is not really qualify, this little thing right here, because this is more like for a toddler. But, there's some interesting things that you can find here, like this right here already. It's this multifunctional folding one right here. This is really cool, because I know that I wake up in the middle of the night. We have a really expensive one. I just bought, like, I was like, babe, there is no budget when it comes to Drake. Like, you just go get the best of the best of the best. Unfortunately, I'm able to do that, but um, people are able to do that. That's why you want the expensive stuff on your Shopify store, right? And the budget friendly stuff. But this is really cool, because I wake up at night and I see Casey like hanging over this bassinet. She's like asleep, and it looks so uncomfortable. And this looks interesting, but it also looks scary, because what if the baby like rolls out or something? I don't know. Maybe you do this while you're awake and you pull it back up after, you've calmed the baby down or whatever. 153 bucks. Like, you could easily double the price on this and sell it for 300 and have $150 margin on this, if not more. And then of course, look, baby strollers too. We're not even gonna get into that, but you all know that is a huge niche as well. So you've got an abundance of baby swings, like ones like this right here, hit really hard. The ones that have the like different motions. We bought a couple of these before we found the one that had the right swing and the right motion. So again, parents are going to spend a lot of money on these things, and they're going to buy multiple versions to see which ones work the best, and or just multiples, so they can have them in different parts of the house or different homes they might own, whatever it might be. This one looks very similar to the one of the ones one of the ones that we bought. So when I didn't think about this before I had a kid. I thought, oh, just buy a swing, oh, just buy a stroller, just buy a, camera, whatever. I wasn't thinking about the quality, and I wasn't thinking about that I'm going to buy a couple of these to figure out which one works the best and suits Drake and we feel is confident with, right? So there's just an abundance of baby swings on here that you can go look at, and you can list quite a few of these on your store, because people will, in fact, they will, in fact, um, they will buy a couple. All right, one was baby carriers. Now, there are a lot of different types of baby carriers, so you have a lot of options on your store with these. You got the front holding ones, you got these little swaddle ones. I mean, and then there's some very popular ones that are being targeted toward people in the tactical niche. Mostly, the ads I see are referencing dads, but they're like these like tactical gear, bulletproof vest looking baby carriers that it's like your dads will always want to carry a baby if they carry it in this thing. Um, I can't really say that's true, but so you're also able, you're not just always hitting moms, you're hitting dads as well. Very important to keep that in mind. And you're hitting moms that will buy stuff for dads to maybe make the dad do more stuff, right? Or vice versa. So there are tons of baby carriers here with great markup potentials. And you can go over and use Chat GPT. If you haven't heard of Chat GPT yet, we're not going to talk about it tonight, but I've done a webinar on it. You can have Chat GPT write up amazing product descriptions for all of these for you within seconds that really tap into the emotion, the fear, the passion, of the product in itself and the need for it and the benefits of that product. So the other thing is the heartbeat Doppler. Okay. So as soon as Casey got pregnant, she bought one of these. As soon as my little sister got pregnant, she bought one of these, and they use it all the time. And this is a product that you can plug in, put on your stomach, and it'll find the baby's heartbeat. It's actually really cool, and it's very addictive. But again, you can get these, look, 1,000+ units sold. So this will get the people that are having kids to buy something. And then once they have kids, they're going to remember they bought this from you, go back to your store potentially, and they're going to buy the swings, they're going to buy the carriers, the strollers, the whatever. You can have so many things in the baby niche, okay? And we haven't even touched base on like safety toys and stuff like that. So ideally, here's what I'm talking about, okay? So you all have, or most of you have general stores. You don't need a baby store, okay? Lots of people buy baby stuff from Walmart. Is Walmart called Baby Mart? No, it's not. Same with Target, same with Amazon, right? You don't have to have a baby store to sell baby stuff. The thing is this Pixel, it's figuring out, once again, who your potential customers are, okay? So it could be building up a audience of new parents, all right, which is going to be epic for you. But also your store in itself, if it has a couple of these products, can be set up very nicely with upsells and with cross sells. So let's just assume that you do listen to me, which I think would be wise to do. And you have a store that sells some baby products on your Shopify store. Okay. So this is your general store right here. You got all sorts of stuff on the store, right? But right here, you were selling the more popular item, which is the baby monitor. All right. And let's just baby monitor. We'll call it the baby monitor 3000 XYZ. Just make up a cool name for it, right? The baby monitor pro, the baby safe pro, blah, blah, blah. You'll have your description here, okay, about the product. And then you'll have your add to cart button. ATC stands for add to cart, okay? So you have your ATC button. And then down here, all right, you might have more product description, whatever, but you would also have like a related product section underneath this. And you'll see this on a lot of sites. And this might have the carrier. It might have the stroller. It might have the swing. All right, so on and so forth. All right, these would be kind of like cross sells, okay? You would have. So if something comes in for the baby monitor, inevitably they're going to say, well, let's see what kind of carriers they have, or let's see, before I add this to cart, what kind of swings they have, or let's see what kind of strollers they have. Additionally, when somebody hits this add to cart button, when they hit this add to cart button, if you're using my software optimize upsell, which would also be an intelligent move for you, you could have a pop-up. This is an upsell. I want to redraw this. I'm not happy with that. Okay, so you have a pop-up come up that says something like 15% off. Okay, maybe this is in green. It comes up and it has a picture of, let's just say, the carrier. It'll have a title, description, and it will have a button that says add to order. This is a pop-up, okay? So this will pop up and they'll have seen it down here, right? They'll have seen a carrier down there. But what it's going to do is when they add a product to the cart, they're going to say, okay, you're buying the baby monitor for whatever, $70, $80. Go ahead right now and add in our top selling baby carrier and we'll give you 15% off of your order. So now you go from, I'm just making numbers up, okay? Now you go from an order that is like $80 to say $180, but you give people 15% off. So let's just round up. You say you give them, $25, $30 off of that order. You went from an $80 order, okay, an $80 order to like a $150 order. You still doubled the amount that you generated from that customer. So why does that work? It works because they're buying something already within that niche, right? you know that if they probably need a carrier, or they need a stroller, or they need a swing, or whatever it is. You could put a bundle here, get the new parent bundle with the swing, the stroller, everything, and make it like valued at $500, but add to your order now for $350. You can literally put a bundle together and tell people you need all this stuff anyways, so let me just give you 15% off everything, yada, yada, yada. All right, so what this is going to do is these products, since you can see that these products here are all trending, right? They're all something that people need. They're all something that people are always searching for, y'all. They make the perfect upsell. I've always said you need a passion product that is like your flagship product, and then some complementary products that make good upsells. But the thing is all of these products are flagship products, right? But they all make very good upsells as well. So if you're not in the baby niche, and let's just say you're one of my students that's like uh, you're like 16 years old, or you're like 22 years old, and you know, maybe you're in your late 20s or early 30s, and you're like me, like I didn't have my first kid till I was 38 years old, right? You're not whatever point of your life that you're in, and you're not thinking about parenting and babies and stuff like that. Just understand that this niche is money. It is gold, right? And so you might be marketing things that you're not that interested in, but when you see that they make you money, you become very interested in those things. Does that make sense? Same thing goes with the pet niche, the tactical. Like, I am not interested at all in like hunting and fishing. I'm not a hunter. I know it's weird. I live in Mississippi. I prefer to save animals instead of, hunt them. I don't judge people that hunt unless they're like out there killing like elephants and, doing that like just disgusting stuff. But like, you know, I just not me. All right. Well, we won't get into it. It's just not for me, but I'm not judging. Um, but fishing, I'm okay with fishing. And fishing is a massive niche, a huge niche. So I understand that even though I don't care about fishing and I don't fish and I live on a lake and I don't even own a fishing pole, um, I'll market fishing stuff to fishermen, right? The people that are spending boatloads of money on reels and, all of the different supplies that you can get. So just understand that marketing is about making money. Okay. It's not about doing what you enjoy. It's about giving the people what they want. And this is a golden niche that you can crush on TikTok. Now, next week, I believe I've got Brian locked down, our TikTok expert, to come in and do a completely free training for you for about an hour on our next Profit Power Hour. I don't know if he will allow me to record it. I do not know if he will allow me to send a replay of it, because this is free. He could do this and get paid and sell it. All right. So make sure next week you show up to this webinar live so you don't miss the training. Okay. You do not want to miss the training, because I can't promise you he's going to be okay with me recording a training of his TikTok account and how he launches his ads. He's doing this as a favor to me. Remember, you get to leverage my relationship with other entrepreneurs, other marketers, other companies, because I have been in the space for so long, right? My network will benefit you in many scenarios. So just make sure that you show up next week if you want this free TikTok training that Brian's going to come on and do. Until then, go start doing some research on the baby niche. Look at TikTok accounts in the baby niche, check them out. Start, kind of learning about it a little bit. And next week, get ready to learn how to launch ads on TikTok. So that is it for tonight. I love you all. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's training. I hope that it made something click with you. I hope that you go out there, tap into this incredibly large industry with so much potential in customer regeneration every day. And I hope that you absolutely crush it. So these are all the reasons why this is such a good niche. Don't forget that. You screenshot this, whatever you want to do. And just make sure you're here next week, same place, same time, 9 p.m. EST on the Profit Power Hour. and your boy will be here to train you with my buddy Brian, who is going to show you how to kill it with TikTok ads in a good way. Okay, that is it for tonight. I wish you all a ton of success and great health, and I will see you next Tuesday. Good night, y'all.